Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Okay, so this is my Christmas bedding reveal. But this video is probably not going to be what you expected it to be. So I'll get into that in just a second. But I did want to show you the Christmas bedding because all of the Christmas bedding is on. So this is our Christmas bedding this year. I'm not really sure what I think of it yet. So this is the plaid comforter that I purchased. And then I got this, like, Sherpa blanket. It's like that on one side, and to go on the other side, so I could go on the end. And then I decided not to use the snowflake pillows that I bought. I might bring them out later. I don't even know what I think about these Christmas tree pillows. Everybody was, like, laughing, and they were like, oh my god, what's Alex going to think of those pillows? At first, he kind of laughed, and then he was like, no, I actually kind of like them. He's like, they're kind of modern. So let me show you, first of all, the sheets are the bamboo green sheets. And then these are the pillows that I got. These were like $9.99 on Amazon. Okay, so this comforter right here is it's double-sided. So this is what it looks like on the other side, but I kind of like this side better. And so the shams are double-sided and the comforter is double-sided too. So, and then this is the other Christmas comforter. No. It is not moose and deer. This is the other comforter that I got. I haven't washed it yet, but it has like this red inlay inside of it. I think this is really, really pretty. Oh my god, you guys, this is so funny. I did not really look at this. Look what there is on here. Now, I know that those are reindeer. Those are Santa's reindeer. I know that those are reindeer, okay? But isn't this so pretty? Look, it's like vintage pictures of like Santa, and there's like Christmas trees. This reminds me of like my Aunt Kathy. Oh, there's little bunnies on there. Is that a bunny? Is that a bunny or is that a fox? I think it's a bunny. Anyway, this reminds me of this dinnerware that my Aunt Kathy used to have. So that was one of the reasons why I got it. But I think it's so pretty. And then I'm going to put this on probably the week of Christmas with red sheets that we already have. But I am going to wash this first before we put it on there. So I think these pillows are real cute, don't you think? You don't think? Okay, so let me tell you the story of putting the sheets on today. All right, first of all, I have to move all this stuff. So when I film on the bed, I don't have any pillows in front of me because, so I have to move all the pillows to the side. Because I can't put you guys back here. I can't get up close enough if I am, hold on, I gotta move the tripod down, each leg of the tripod. You guys are working with me. You're so good at this. Did you ever think of starting a YouTube channel? Okay, so the legs of the tripod are down. So if I don't sit all the way up here on the bed, then it looks like I'm way back in the background. Okay, so let me tell you the story of the Christmas bedding. First of all, what is today? December 3rd? Okay, so today's December 3rd, and I'm just now getting the Christmas bedding up, which for me feels a little bit late. I could be wrong, but I feel like I usually get it up like right after Halloween. So if you guys do not know, it's sitting over there, the blanket. I have it all folded up. We have had well, not Halloween bedding, but I mean, the sheets we wash and change, but the comforter that we had on here was just a gray comforter before. And then at the end, we had this blanket, this white and black ghosty blanket. It's sitting right over here. Let me just grab it so I can show you guys so you know what I'm talking about. So we had this white and black ghosty blanket on the end of it, okay? Well, Alex and I were talking the other day, and with each of the dogs that have passed away, Pee-Pee, Tucker, and now Boo Radley, Alex has done kind of like the last blanket that they really, really liked, or the blanket that has their scent on it or whatever. He like ties in a ribbon, like with this ribbon, and then he like puts their favorite toy, or like with Boo Radley, it'll be like his favorite blanket or something like that, because he loved this little purple and this little other blanket over there, and then puts it together in like a little package, and then like puts it in like one of those, you know, those air Ziploc kind of thing, so that we can keep it fresh. He's done that with each of the dogs, which I think is really, really sweet. And so, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to start crying here in a second. I haven't really allowed myself to cry in this whole process, so I'm just going to tell you, in this whole process of today. So, I don't know, it was like a week ago or a couple days ago, Alex and I were talking, and he said, I was talking about changing the bedding to the Christmas bedding, and he said, he was like, oh, I think that'll be nice, I'm excited, you know, blah, blah, blah. I had shown it to him and whatever. And he said, can you save the ghost comforter and put it to the side? he was like, because I want to, you know, do the ribbon and the blanket and all that kind of stuff with Boo Radley's blanket, because that's the last blanket that he like really slept on. And I was like, at the end, towards the end, Boo Radley was sleeping right there. We would put his bed down there, and then we had like this big pallet of blankets, and it was the Costco blankets. Do you guys remember those Costco blankets that I have them literally right over here folded? It was like these Costco blankets that Boo Radley liked. That still smell like him. And so we had all these like in a pallet, and that's where Boo Radley was sleeping at night. Because we didn't want him on the bed because we didn't want him to fall off and stuff like that. We had all these pillows around the end of the bed anyway. So the other night I said to Alex, I said, we can do the comforter if you want to, but the last blanket that he was really sleeping on that he really, really liked were those Costco blankets. And he was like, oh yeah, he was like, we could do that. He was like, the Costco blanket. He was like, but for some reason, Alex was like, I associate him with that ghost blanket, because when you got it and you put it on the bed, and Alex loved the ghost blanket. Actually, when I like put a picture of it on Instagram, one of his friends like texted him and was like, where did Peter get that ghost blanket? I want to get that bedding for my bed. I didn't think it would really go over that well, but so many people have asked me about this. I literally got it on Amazon. It wasn't even that expensive. I think I showed it in a haul. But anyway, Alex was like, I associate that blanket a lot with like Boo, you know, and like the last couple good days that Boo had, I remember him like laying on that blanket and all that kind of stuff. And so I said, okay. I said, well, you know, like, so we'll fold the blanket up, and, you know, and maybe we can put the Costco blanket in there with it as well. And he was like, okay. And I didn't even really like get that emotional having that conversation. I really like through this whole thing, I've talked a lot about this on my vlog, but through this whole process, I mean, I've cried a lot on video, but like off, like when I'm talking about it, I'm just like setting my grief at kind of a distance right now. I don't really know how else to explain it other than that, unless I'm like going through something, like I don't really feel it. So today I was like, okay, I've got to get this. I mean, it's December 3rd. I've got to get this Halloween bedding down. And if I'm going to use 2 different comforters, I've got to start. I've got to like put up at least one of the comforters today, right? So I'd already washed the sheets, and so I brought out the sheets and the comforter and all that kind of stuff, and I brought it out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw this stuff on the bed today. And I thought this is gonna be the first video that I'm gonna do, because then every video after that, if I film it sitting right here, you'll see the comforter behind me, whatever. And I really thought, this isn't going, like, I didn't think anything about it. I didn't think, like, I was gonna have an emotional response to it. I thought, I'll just change the sheets. Like, I mean, I change the sheets, like, every week. It's not like it was, like, that big of a deal, right? And so I went down the basement, and I got the comforter that I'd washed and the sheets that I'd washed and everything. And so I got all that, and I just didn't really think anything about it. And I got up here, and I took the blanket off first, the ghost blanket, and I started folding it up, and I put it to the side. And it just like hit me like a brick wall. It just like hit me like a brick wall. And the reason that I'm making this video and talking about it is A, because I wanted to show the Christmas bedding, and B, because this is what I do. This is what I do is when I'm going through stuff, I just get on video and I share it. Because it helps me. Last night I talked at the end of my vlog about a lot of stuff, and it was really cathartic for me. So 1, because it helps me, but 2, because since I've shared a lot of this about going through what I've, you know, going through with Boo Radley and whatever, it's not just Boo Radley, it's the end of an era, and I've talked a lot about it on my vlog, so I'm not going to get into all that today, but I've had so many people that have reached out to me that said, thank you so much for talking about this. Thank you so much for normalize grieving, you know, the loss of a pet or anything, just the process of grief. Like, thank you so much for sharing it. That's why I am making this video. That's why I'm talking about it. Because to be honest with you, it'd be a lot easier for me just to take a picture of the bed. And I almost thought about that, or I did think about this and I almost did it. I was like, just take a picture and throw it up on Instagram, and then just in your vlog, just be like, oh yeah, I put my Christmas bedding up today. And I thought, no, just sit down. This was the video that you were going to film today. But this is the video that I film every year with Boo Radley. You know, he's always running around smelling the new bedding. And I always get really excited about, you know, the bedding every year. And last year was like Moose Gate. It was the joke between the moose and the deer. And I don't even know how much of this I've shared, but I used to have this story about Boo and Tucker that I would tell to Boo Radley. I know he's a dog, I get that, but, and it was about how Pee-Pee had like ran away and they were going to look for him, and they ended up sleeping in the woods with the deer, and the deer like protect. It's silly. Anyway, I even thought about writing a children's book about it one time. Another book idea that I had. And so today I just was like it really hit. Like, he's not here for this. This is like, I can remember after my mom passed away, it was like each thing that I did after she passed away was like the first time doing it without her. Like, if you've ever gone through any kind of loss, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was very similar to like when I got sober. I can remember like each thing that I did sober was like, okay, I made it through New Year's sober. I made it through my birthday sober, you know, and that first year was like that. And I think the first year of grief is like so hard, you know? I mean, every year of grief I think is hard, but this was really tough today. In all honesty, I think if I knew how tough it was, I probably would have just left the Halloween bedding on, which is pathetic, right? And I'm trying so hard to like, I'm like reading these like Christmas Advent calendar books. I'm like really having a good time doing that. And I'm like really trying to get in the mood of Christmas. And I'm just really struggling this year. I'm like really having a hard time with it. And I don't want to just like, miss Christmas. I don't want to just like be like, no, like I already decided. So I put a Christmas tree up, little Christmas tree downstairs. And then I usually put a little Christmas tree in the corner. And I was even talking about this in my vlog about how I now have this basket over there in the corner, okay, where I keep all my Birkenstock clogs and sandals and stuff. And so I was like, I don't think I'm going to put a Christmas tree up this year in the bedroom. It's a mess. I mean, it is really a mess because it's like this flock tree, and so then it goes everywhere. And I have to, I mean, it's whatever. I can vacuum that up, but it's really a mess. But Alex doesn't like to sleep with a Christmas tree on in the bedroom anyway. And so I would plug it in, and then like Boo Radley and I would like be on the bed and whatever. And so I really think that honestly, like a huge part of me like not wanting to put the Christmas tree up was that because that was something that I would get excited about with Boo Radley, you know? And it's like, I was just thinking yesterday, like it's getting easier, like being alone here in the house without him, just hearing him, you know, like move around in the bed or walk downstairs or get a drink of water or taking him outside every hour. Like it's getting better, like it's getting easier day by day. But today just came out of nowhere and hit me like a brick wall. It just completely hit me like a brick wall. And I just wasn't expecting it. And I'm trying, you know, I'm trying hard to like, I said after he passed away, because, you know, Boo passed like early on the 29th, and then that was Halloween, and Halloween's like my favorite holiday. And I was like, I can't let this, I mean, I got 14 fantastic holidays with him and the other dogs, and I even had a great 15th Halloween season, you know? I don't want to just, the fact that he passed away 2 days before, I don't want that to ruin every Halloween from going forward. And I don't think that it will, and I don't even think it'll like affect every Christmas, but this Christmas is really tough. Like, I'm trying to listen to the music. I'm trying to get in the mood. Like, my husband wanted to watch all these Christmas movies this weekend, and we did. And I just was kind of like, at the same time, I kind of was like, it's not the same with, like, him, like, I don't know. I'm just, like, really having a tough time. And today, I did not expect this with the bedding. And I wanted to do a whole video. Like, my plan before I decided against putting a Christmas tree up here was I was going to get the Christmas tree up, put the bedding up, and I was going to do my video, like, every year. But this is where I'm at this year. This is where I'm at this year. And I think in some ways, because we have all these Christmas pillows, and I was going to like pull them all out, and I probably will for when Alex comes home tonight, make the bed look like some hotel room bed. But you know, as much as I like, I don't know, there's something about these pillows this year. There's something about these that, this is going to sound so dumb when I say it, unless you think like I do. And I know that there's people out there rolling, laughing, and there's people that are crying right now. And however, wherever you are in that range of things, that's fine. Because this is, you know, I went back the other day and I watched some videos on this channel that I had made. There was one called Introducing Mr. Boo Radley. And it was really helpful for me to watch that video. And I'm so thankful that I have over 8 years documented on 7 different channels of my life and where I was at that time. And especially, you know, times with Alex and on different trips and videos of PP and Tucker and Boo Radley in the background. And I think I even said in the last video that I did about him that this was selfish for me because I wanted footage of that, you know? I don't know. I looked at these little pillows sitting in the bed today, and we usually have all these Christmas pillows on there, and Boo Radley sits over there. I've got pictures of him sitting on top of, you know, Alex's blanket while I'm filming and stuff like that. And I looked at this lone little pillow and I was like, I feel like this symbolizes like where I'm at right now and what I'm going through, that I just feel like in the grand scheme of things, and the magical life that I had with those dogs, and the magical life that I had with my husband, these very small feelings feel very large to me today. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna go wash my face and turn around, and I'm gonna try to cheer myself up by making some funny haha videos, and go to a meeting with my friend tonight, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I know in a day or two I'll be like really happy that the bedding is up, and I'll be like really excited about it, you know? I'm going through this thing in my life where I've been talking to my therapist and my sponsor about it, where and I was also talking to my best friend about it, that my go-to is always gratitude. And so it's like, I never, and I talked about this in my vlog a couple days ago too, that I rarely allow myself to really feel through a shitty feeling. Because as I'm feeling through it, like saying like, I won't get another Halloween or Christmas with Boo Radley, the afterthought to that is, well, you got 14 years with him. You got 14 Halloweens, like I just said, right? And so I never fully allow myself to feel through a shitty feeling. And I think it's time that I allow myself to feel through some shitty feelings. Anyway, for me, the way that I get through stuff is just by venting. Like, I'm already thinking this video is nuts. I probably shouldn't even post it. But I will. And in a day or two, this video and talking about this, and you guys listening, and I appreciate those of you out there that are listening because I'm making the video, is going to allow me to continue to move through the pain. Because that's all I know how to do, you know? That's all I know how to do, is move through the pain and somehow get to the other side of grief. And I know some night I'll be laying here and I'll be so thankful for the Christmas bedding, and it'll make me happy. So I'm glad that I changed it today. But nonetheless, today was a hard day. So anyway, when I get the front porch done and I get the Christmas tree done, and I'm in a little bit of a better space, then maybe then, and if I decide to put the Christmas tree up here, because I probably will end up deciding to put the Christmas tree up here, I'll have a change of a spirit, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy every moment of it, you know? Because that's the other side of it. And that's where I want to get to. And when I get there, after I've allowed myself to feel some of these shitty feelings, then maybe I'll come back and I'll do a full Christmas tour of our house. Until then, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.